After the final scene froze still, the screen kept breathing in the dark. The word complete was quiet, but my hands had lost their spark. The doors to fix are closed now, no quests are left behind. At the edge of a finished world, I can't pull myself outside. The lights of praise are fading, a black screen stares at me. The kingdom has been built at last, but the throne is standing empty. It is not just RPG, not simulation, not action. Before I choose the shape, I need to choose the emotion. What do I wanna say? Who do I wanna move? What kind of feeling will I bury in the next world? Bury in the next world. The throne of the next world is empty. There is no king, only rules that scream. Feedback spreads across the blank screen, breaking the roads that were built by me. The gate to the next world is still closed. Fear is freedom wearing a name. I tremble because there is no answer. I begin because there is no answer. A rainy alley in the city, a keeper of a fallen crown, a machine on an empty island, a truth where the same day comes around. Younger is only a name, emotion carves the first road. When one scene refuses to die, a world begins to grow. Am I the Joker? Am I the maker? Am I the one who ended, or the one who cannot start? There is no king, the command returns. I am the noise, you are the echo. The throne of the next world is empty. There is no king, only rules that scream. Feedback spreads across the blank screen, breaking the roads that were built by me. The gate to the next world is still closed. Fear is freedom wearing another name. I tremble because there is no answer. I begin because there is no answer. Upon the burning throne, I place the name of the world before, beneath the broken crown. I plant a question in the for what should I never mean. I tremble because there is no answer. I begin because there is no answer. I begin because there is no answer. I begin because there is no answer. Upon the burning throne, I place the name of the world before, beneath the broken crown. eyes closed. But our eyes closed, but it's heavy. The next one is standstill, is standstill. It's like the world is still empty. The noise is still here. Bloody axe growl is waiting on me. Is waiting on me. Is waiting for me.
On a road without a name, I place one little rule, then watch it slowly roll away to see where it will lead. There is no finished map, only lines drawn in pencil. I choose one space and pause a while, reading how the view has changed. Ideas that felt so right before can feel much heavier when tried, and one unremarkable choice may open up another door. There is no need to hurry, tonight is not for writing answers. I only want to quietly hear what this discomfort means. I'm looking for direction over answers, moving closer to what feels like. Of thought, but when everything becomes too easy, every choice begins to lose its warmth. Expectation mixed with uncertainty, I breathe somewhere between the two, learning which tension should remain and which walls I should remove. As one more turn is passing and the next scene carries on, may the traces of the choice I made become a rhythm flowing through. I'm looking for direction over answers, moving closer to what feels like me. I won't erase the roads that led me nowhere, leave them where they are and keep walking. What matters more than reaching completion is the moment something moves inside. Every little hesitation made today may become tomorrow's road. It's alright not to add more. Sometimes I need to take away. Inside the silence that remains, the center finally comes into view. Still unfinished, still uncertain, and somehow more honest because of it. Admitting all the things I do not know, I slowly learn what feels like me. I'll follow the direction, not the answers, toward the path that slowly becomes clear. Through the endless field of possibilities, I'll keep walking at my own pace. Even this unfinished day can be a scene that still has meaning. All these little choices gathered close may someday turn into a road on oh, da 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 da. without a name. I place one little rule: it's alright not to know the answer. I can still feel where I should go.
Knew the map before the road, every turn and every sign. I thought the answers in my hands would lead me through the night. But standing where the path begins, the distance feels unknown. What seems so clear from far away is different on my own. A single step, a silent fall, a lesson hidden in the walls. I close my eyes and try to see the world before it learned from me. Let me walk like it's the first time. Let me lose the way I know. Every answer leaves a shadow. Every seed needs time to grow. I will leave a light behind me, not a voice that tells you where, so you can find your own direction and believe you placed it there. I filled the sky with brighter sparks and built the mountains high, but never gave a quiet place to learn the reason why. The things that felt like simple truths were doors still locked and closed. I moved ahead without a thought while you were learning how to go. A little space, another try, a softer place to fail and rise. The smallest change can rearrange the way your heart accepts the pain. Let me walk like it's the first time. Let me lose the way I know. Every answer leaves a shadow. Every seed needs time to grow. I will leave a light behind me, not a voice that tells you where, so you can find your own direction and believe you placed it there. Knowing is not seeing, seeing is not feeling. A perfect line on paper can break beneath our feet. So I will watch the silence between the fallen meaning and build another morning where failure feels complete. Let me walk like it's the first time, with no certainty to hold. Let the road become a language, let its quiet truth unfold. I will leave the door half open. I will give your fear some air, so you can find your own direction and become the journey there. I knew the map before the road. Now I'm learning as I go to see the world through someone's eyes who does not already know. distant breath across the peaks. Starlight settles on the night, following the ancient wind. I begin the road again. Resting on the red earth, names that no one speaks anymore. Far above the drifting clouds, a single flame begins to glow. Through the trembling Sharanga, sleeping valleys come alive, and a heart that lost its way home flows beyond the edge of dawn. Silver lakes begin to wake. Through the cold and silent air, warm memories begin to bloom. Promises from days of leaving, fragments of forgotten dreams. On the waves of electronic sound, turn into a single rhythm. Whenever the mountains call, I open up my arms. A song that crossed 1,000 years comes alive inside of me. I walk the road the wind remembers, where the sun and moon once crossed. Dancing underneath the endless sky, I find the self that I had lost. I walk the road the stars illuminate, following the heartbeat of the mountains. This song is spreading like an echo, carrying me to the edge of the world. The harder it becomes to breathe, the closer heaven seems to be. When I release every fear I carry, my heart becomes a mountain where the past and future gather. Even silence turns to music. Somewhere deep inside, I always knew this road was leading back to me. I walk the road the wind remembers, where 1,000 seasons meet. Dancing underneath the burning sun, I find a new soul waiting for me. I walk the road the stars illuminate,
An old cassette is turning slow. Dust starts dancing in the monitor glow. Between the names I couldn't choose, I light a little spark tonight. I built the motion, made it run, but never knew where it belonged. I gave each rule a reason why, then lost the feeling underneath. The darker world felt far too heavy. The brighter streets did not feel right. While I stood still searching for an answer, 1,000 worlds went passing by. I don't have to explain it all, I'll follow what I feel at first. I may not have a perfect map, but I can take one step tonight. Turn the screen back on, walk along the worn out rhythm. Even this world without a name can begin if its heart still beats. Turn the screen back on, let the wrong way become a dance. I carry something deeper than an answer through the movement of my hands. I asked why every road repeated, placed the fate inside restricted hands. But every time the story grew longer, the first small joy slipped out of sight. What has to stay and what can change, I'll draw a line between them now. Before I write a grand old history, one small scene can still come alive. I don't have to open every door, I'll leave the light I need right now. Even this unfinished moment is a part of where the world will go. Turn the screen back on, walk along the worn out rhythm. Even this world without a name can begin if its heart still beats. Turn the screen back on, let the wrong way become a dance. I carry something deeper than an answer through the movement of my hand. Slowly, like a bass line moving low. Quietly, like the drums returning. The world does not need to be decided. It begins the moment we can feel it. Turn the screen back on, gather every fading image. In this world that isn't perfect, we can leave a little warmth behind. Turn the screen back on, let the oldest dreams become a dance. Even if the answer's far away, I follow this rhythm back again. The old cassette keeps turning on. The heart I thought was gone still moves. The first scene of a nameless world is waking quietly tonight.
Faded sentences bleed into the dark. A page that once meant nothing slowly starts to breathe. The harder I searched for answers, the smaller every doorway became. Scenes that never had the chance to live disappeared without a name. Before I saw the possibilities, I saw saw the limits and the rules. I locked away a distant world before it ever had the chance to move. Then a single foreign sentence drifted softly through my mind. In a story with no connection, a little opening appeared. Light falls between the pages, shaking the world that stood so still. A thought that traveled the longest way spreads through me like a rising wave. Underneath a nameless heaven, on a road not written yet, I follow scenes instead of answers, drifting somewhere I have never been. Beyond the fading borders, a world begins to wake. Choices written down as numbers turned into the faces of a crowd. A danger growing through repetition became a journey with no end. Standing before a visible tomorrow, reading stars I could not escape. Inside the shadow of every cold rule, a warmer story came to life. The moment I released the answer, I could hear 1,000 roads through the cracks inside my frozen heart. An unfamiliar wind began to blow. Light falls between the pages, shaking the world that stood so still. A thought that traveled the longest way spreads through me like a rising wave. Underneath a nameless heaven, on a road not written yet, I follow scenes instead of answers, drifting somewhere I have never been. I do not need to know it all. I do not need to open every door. One distant image glowing in the haze is enough to make me walk again. Silent letters overlap, becoming beautiful noise. And somewhere in that binding sound, I learn that worlds are not to be found. Light pours between the pages, waking the world that slept inside. Moments that once meant nothing join together like a constellation. Underneath an endless heaven, possibilities begin to bloom. I follow this unanswered road, drifting toward a world that feels brand new. Faded sentences dissolve into the dawn. Beyond the little opening I found, my world begins to breathe. Light between the pages, please do not disappear. I still don't really understand where a person's heart may choose to stay. So once again, in the quiet, I begin by looking into mine. Someone finds a lasting landscape hidden in a slow and gentle step. Someone else may call that waiting a stretch of time too difficult to bear. Even when we look at the same light, we remember it in different colors. Since I cannot understand every heart, I stand beside the things I know I love. One small and faintly trembling feeling, maybe more than words can ever hold. Still I'll build a path that leads you to the moment that I felt it too. The heart that I have loved, if I could place it softly in your day. We don't have to feel the same, as long as we can share the view. The reasons that I loved it, if you could feel a little of them too. It may not be the answer for everyone, but it could be a song that stays with us. When I try to hide the things I loved, I no longer knew which way to go. Every road designed for everyone was easily forgotten by them all. Now I won't describe my awkward taste as a feeling that was somehow wrong. I will translate it more tenderly, so that it can find its way to you. Though my heavy measured footsteps may appear to you as standing still, I will stay until the feeling in them becomes something you can hear as well. The heart that I have loved, if I could place it softly in your day. We don't have to feel the same, as long as we can share the view a while. The reasons that I loved it, if you could feel a little of them too. It may not be the answer for everyone, but it could be a song that stays with us. I still do not really know you, and you cannot know all of me, but between our different hearts, I will draw a small and open road. Let it linger more than answers, let it warm us more than explanations. May the trembling that began in me become a memory that lives in you. The heart that I have loved, if it could finally reach your heart. Even if we name it differently, may it remain the same familiar warmth between the reasons I have lived and all the tomorrows you will walk into. May one small and quiet song become the thread that joins our hearts. I still don't really understand, but now I know that I can start with the heart that I have loved the most, carefully placing it into your hands.